safe aircraft operation can be affected by construction activity. When there is construction at your airport, the daily inspection should focus on it to be sure that a high level of safety is maintained. Continuous surveillance are the watchwords. Any construction project should have a safety plan as part of its plans and specifications, and the airport inspector should become intimately familiar with it even before work begins. Although the safety plan may identify the resident engineer, the contractor, or someone else being responsible for construction safety, it's the job of the airport inspector to be able to recognize any hazardous conditions. A construction crew is usually not familiar with aircraft operations or other airport procedures, and consequently, a number of hazards can be created. Inspectors should make sure that the contractors and vendors comply with prearranged vehicle parking requirements, and that vehicle movements on aircraft operating services are kept to an absolute minimum and are restricted to well-defined paths. Stockpiled material must be in approved storage areas and should be definitely clear of aircraft operations, navigational aids, and other critical areas and facilities. Construction materials must also be stored in such a way as to keep them from being moved by wind, jet blasts, or prop wash. Construction areas should be identified with conspicuous markings and lighting. While a given area might be obvious during daylight hours, special night inspections are necessary to ensure that lighting is adequate to keep aircraft away from the site, and at the same time, make sure that no construction equipment is parked outside the prearranged areas. In this case, note that the marking is clearly visible, that numerous flashers are installed, that equipment is confined to a designated area, and that debris is not a problem. Construction markings should be lightweight to minimize damage to an aircraft, but at the same time be secured tightly enough to withstand wind, jet blasts, and prop wash. If construction will close a runway, the proper material should be available to install a yellow X. Though not particularly durable, snow fence is one way to make an X. It's lightweight and easily moved. Tall but relatively low visibility construction equipment like cranes and pile drivers should be marked and lighted to make them more visible to pilots. In summary, remember that construction crews are not always aware of the safety hazards that they might create. So when construction is underway at your airport, keep a sharp eye out for irregularities, proper marking and lighting, storage of materials and equipment, and unauthorized use of runways, taxiways, and aprons. These are all areas you should be particularly concerned about.